Hey, welcome to this episode of Social 101. We have Perrie Walker, Nu Skin's youngest blue diamond in Europe here, and we're going to be talking about getting started in social. So welcome, Perrie. We're so excited to have you on the call.
Thank you.
So let's start with what I think people really want to learn, and what I want to talk about is that first step, that getting started in social. So when you bring someone into the business, how do you teach them that very first step?
Okay, so it's really important to remember that when you sign somebody up, to not overload them with information. I think what tends to happen is that we get a little bit excited that we've got somebody who wants to join, which is amazing. But what we then decide to do through social media is bombard them. So we bombard them with the price list, the product information. We then want to make their account. We then want to know everything about them. We want to add them into a chat, into a group. We write a status about them. So let's just break it down really simply. So I've decided that I want to join the business and I want you to be my sponsor. As your sponsor, the first thing that I need to do is ensure that you are active. It's all well and good making somebody a distributor account and giving them a sponsor code, but if they're not actually doing anything, they haven't actually got any orders, then that account is only ever going to be inactive. So what we need that person to do is post about a product. Now, over in the UK, we always start off with posting about the whitening toothpaste, simply because it is our best seller, as well as being Europe's best seller. But as well as that, it's just a product that's easy to post about. It's really good value for money. Everybody uses toothpaste, so it's hugely consumable. Everybody wants whiter teeth, and it genuinely does work. We all know that. So if I have somebody that wants to sign up, the first thing I do is ask them if they have any initial questions. They might have a really niggly question that they just don't feel comfortable with asking. It usually is about how they get paid or where they order the products from. So I always make sure I get that out the way. Then I actually already have, and this is what I recommend everybody do that is watching this that may be struggling with how to get somebody started, pre-construct your messages. So for example, I'm actually going to quickly just show you on my notes. So I have this ready to go when I'm out and about. So it's on my notes, and I don't know if you can see that very well. Can you see it?
It's too bright.
No, let me turn my brightness down. Basically what it is it's just step by step what I say to people when I sign them up. So it's already pre-wrote for me. So if I'm out and about and I'm out shopping or something like that, I can just copy and paste it. So for example, a lot of people say, how is it I get started? So I just say step by step. The first thing we're going to do is do your first post advertising the whitening toothpaste, okay? Are you ready to do this now? They're going to come back and they're going to say yes. So then what I do from there is send them a selection of before and after photos with the whitening toothpaste, and I crop it for them so it's all done. And then I send them an example post, so where I've actually posted about the whitening toothpaste and it's got some content. I say to them, this is an example post. You can copy it exactly how you want, or you can reword it a little bit. Just let me know what you want to do. And then I send them information about the toothpaste. So I send them a little write-up, and it just says how much it is wholesale and retail. So I'm not bombarding with the price list at this stage because our price lists aren't easy to read. So I simply say, let's just say in sterling, it's £10 retail and it's £6.50 wholesale. That's how much it costs. So you're going to sell it at £10. It's a gradual whitening toothpaste. Results on average can appear after 4 days. It's non-abrasive. It doesn't contain any peroxide, and use it as a normal toothpaste 2 to 3 times per day. That's what I send to the recruit. And then I also say at the end of the message, if you can speak to some of your friends and family and ask them if they don't mind being tagged in the post just to get maximum exposure, then you should do that too. Send that to them, and then I always put at the end, if you have any questions, let me know. And then you just have a bit of a wait. You see them, they read it, and then they say, yeah, I'm going to go put that up. And then you go and check that they put it up. The first thing you're going to do is like it and comment on it, but don't comment on it saying how much is the toothpaste, because it's not going to take long for somebody to realise that you're already with Nu Skin. So you just want to comment. I usually comment an emoji or comment one of my own before and afters or something like that. Then your job from there, so our job as a sponsor is to help this person get sales, okay? It's not our job to send them the price list, to bombard them with information, to do all of the above. It is simply our job to help them make money. So what you need to do is either add them to a support chat with your other new skin distributors in that line, get them to add that person and support that post, or keep watching the post and make sure that they get exposure. Your aim in the beginning is that person needs to have 10 plus comments on that post. The reason why is because that will get 85% of their timeline, and that will remain at the top for 12 to 24 hours. So what I always say to people, it really does depend on the time of day. So right now, it's 5:30 here, perfect timing to put a post up. I signed somebody up earlier, and that was at about 3 p.m. And we said to the girl, do not be disheartened if you don't get any comments, because it's quite early. So almost set them up for failure. So say, don't be disheartened, we're going to repost later. And that simply is what you need to be doing at the beginning, is getting them to post. Then, as soon as they've posted, I add them to my distributor support group. And I only actually tag them in one thing, which is a video about how to get started that I created. That's the only thing that I tag them in. I don't even give them a price list at this stage. And then over the first 5 days, all I want to do is help them promote the top 5 selling products, which for us is the whitening toothpaste, mud mask, lip gloss, green tea, and curling mascara. So I have those 5 posts ready. 5 posts, 5 pictures. Every day I'm going to say, pop this up, because what we want them to do is generate profit, generate volume, so then they get the new skin bug and they're like, oh, I can do this, I have made a profit. Then you can make their account, then you can give them the price list, then you can start talking to them about recruitment. All we need them to do is make some money. So that's how simple it really is at the beginning.
I love that. So you give them their first posts and you give them some options of the post.
Yeah.
I like that too, where then they can, because I think it's important that people have obviously their own personality in it if they're comfortable with it. But if they're not comfortable, I like that you tell them you can copy it word for word.
Yeah,
Because you know that it works, because you've seen that particular post work, or they can give it a little bit of their own flair. How long does it usually take before people are comfortable, and if they don't get likes and things, I love that you help them get that first comments and likes, but how long does it usually, I know everyone's different and there's not an average time, but I feel like people get frustrated pretty fast because they think it's going to happen overnight on social media.
Yeah, 100%. I can always tell pretty much from somebody's profile. It's quite, you always should look at how many friends they've got. If they've got over 1,200 friends, I'd be really surprised if they didn't get a like or a comment. But some people have surprised me that they've got 300 friends and their activity is crazy. So it just depends, how connected they are on their Facebook. Were they like me, where they didn't use their Facebook for anything other than ranting, so nobody really watched my Facebook or cared when I posted. I wasn't strong at selling toothpaste when I started. I think I sold about 10 and that was it. And then I just realised that there was something else beyond the toothpaste. But I always just keep watching the post, and I always just reassure them that's the best thing to do. But I think the real key element in this part is adding them to a group chat. So a group messenger chat. And if, for example, I have a group message, I'm not involved in any group chats anymore with my executives. It's not my focus. My focus at the moment is to, keep building. So I have a group chat with all my new distributors, and every single day we're going back and forth in the chat, talking about products, talking about how well we've done and stuff. And what that does is that motivates that person that's not doing very well, so it picks them up again. And what happens is that I've got person A who's not doing very well, but I've got person B that's doing amazing. Person A can see that it is possible to do well. And what it might be is that person just might not be good at selling products like me. I've never been massively into beauty or anything like that. So that wasn't my strength. But what I'm going to say to that person is, do you know what? Sales isn't your strength. Nothing wrong with that. But I guarantee out of 1,200 of those friends, there's at least 10 people that are better at this than you. You can make 5% instantly from their sales when they put them through that account. Go and approach them. This is what you need to say. Basically spoon feed it into them and say, look, you don't have to be good at sales. You could just use your network. Go and find somebody that's good at sales. So that's 100%. That's what I do all the time.
I love that. Let's see. So we've kind of talked about selling that first product, because I feel like that's a critical moment, is having them have that success. And that where do you find that people finally get their rhythm with selling? Like, is it really kind of after that first 10 products that they sell, or when do you see that rhythm happening?
I see the rhythm happening when they have their own product group. I think it's really important to push people. So after they've done the top 5 selling products in the first 5 days, this is when really, as a leader, you need to step up, okay? So a lot of people say, oh, I don't have enough time to remind people do the product post. No, you do have enough time, and you're going to make the time. So you need to make sure that every single day, set an alarm on your phone, whatever you need to do, they do their first 5 posts, okay? Then at the end of the 5 days, they should be ready to put in an order. So then you go through the order process. Then you help them create a closed product group. Why a closed product group? Well, simply because you control who the members are. So I can add my friends add their friends. Always start a closed product group with a competition. So whoever adds the most people by Sunday gets a free whitening toothpaste. It's going to cost you £6.50 to do that, and it's going to be beneficial. You can do competitions, you can do whatever you want in these closed groups. They're your groups. And what happens is when you get someone to do a closed group, it becomes their responsibility, and it starts to feel like their own business more. It starts to feel real. So what I find is after the first 5 days, when you get them to create a product group, that's when they really start to get into the rhythm and also start doing things off their own back. So you're not prompting them, you're not chasing them, you're not asking them every day, how are things going? Have you sold any more products?
I love that. And then do you help them like set up their closed group, or is it pretty easy for people once?
It's pretty easy. I actually have a post. A lot of this comes down to the support group that you have. So I have my own secret group, Perrie New Skin Distributors, and it just has all my information in. And I think a lot of it does come down to the content that you have in this group, but I genuinely believe a lot of my success has come down to the work that I put into this group. So I have a post that's about product groups. So it says, thinking about starting a product group, and this is exactly what you need to do to run this group. So I would tag them in that, but I would always say to them, can you please add me in the group so I can have a look at what they've done, just to make sure that there's no new skin everywhere. They can say the prices in these closed groups if they wish, it's their own group, but just to make sure that, there's nothing kind of going on between the lines, and that everything's kind of, as it should be. Again, we don't want to keep babying them after this 5 days, but we do want to make sure that they're getting the best opportunity to generate sales. So I would always go and check it 100%.
I love that. How do you split? I mean, you're a leader. You're at a different stage than someone just starting the business. Yeah. So how much, it sounds like you spend a good amount of your time, obviously, leading your team. How much time do you spend on your own, attraction marketing and your own consumers versus just training and supporting your team when it comes to like the amount of work that you put in on social every day?
Yeah. I mean, so for example, with attraction marketing, that's just something that I do every single day. It's just like part of my daily habit. Like, I will do that every single day. When I wake up, the first thing I do is grab my phone from being on charge and go and check my Facebook, quickly go through my messages, but I always make sure the first thing that I do is do an attraction marketing post. Sometimes people use the excuse of, I can't think of anything to say. Tip for everybody, I use something called Pinterest. It's like a photo blog kind of thing. I think it's really underrated, and it's amazing to find different quotes and things that people don't use. So I always start the day off with a quote or something, but I do 3 to 5 attraction marketing posts per day. I find 0 excuses to not do that, whether it's something to do with the business, whether it's something to do with my personal life, going on holiday, whatever it is, I always make time for that. At the moment, to be honest, for me, it varies month on month. So at the moment, obviously I hit Blue Diamond at the beginning of May, and now I'm working towards Team Elite, and I have a huge money goal that I just really want to get to. And I know that to get to that money goal in a short amount of time, I just need to keep recruiting, keep building more legs. So at the moment, my focus is 80% on recruitment, which is where it needs to be. But in July, my focus was more 50% on my team or 50% on recruitment. I think you have to match your time on your goals. So you have to look at your goal and say, right, I know I want to earn X amount in September, meaning that I need to recruit. I have it actually up here. I'm looking at it right now. So I've put a target that I want to recruit 57 people in August. So I have numbers 1 to 57. And then I have my volume goal, my personal GSV goal, my money goal, and all kind of information about like my Team Elite qualification and things. And then I write down what I've done every single day. So how many people I've added, how many messages I've sent, how many of those replied, how many links I've sent out, how many signups I've got. Just write everything down. And that's how I keep track of where I use my time. The one thing that I would say to anybody that is actually watching this that is a leader, what I've done recently, I was spending a lot of my time doing like Facebook Live trainings like nearly every day for my team. And what happens is they start to expect it. So they start to expect that every single day at 8 p.m. you're going to be doing Facebook Live training. And that is amazing to do, but that's not realistic in my life. So what I've now started to do is ask other leaders to step up. So, for example, I have my Perrie New Skin distributor group, and I also have a Perrie executive group. So just for executives and above in my team. So every week we have a rota, and they do Facebook Live trainings. They pick a topic, and they pick a time and date, the executives, and it gives, what we want to do is turn executives into leaders, because if you're an executive, you're not a leader. And if you're a Ruby, you're not a leader, because if you're not doing things like this, if you're not going to events, you're not speaking on live calls, you're not doing all of these other things rather than just recruiting people behind a computer screen, I'm sorry, you're not a leader. So let's step them out the comfort zone. So for example, this week we had somebody yesterday did about how to treat your business like a business and your why. I've got somebody today doing how to boost sales, and I've got somebody doing something tomorrow. So every single day, Monday to Friday, my team are getting some form of training, and it's not from me. So they're seeing other people's success, they're hearing other people's testimonials. So it's really vital that you, as a leader, you're getting your leaders to step up and do the training. Otherwise, my time is being consumed not where it needs to be. I'm not going to hit that money goal by sitting there training my team every single day.
I love that. And I love, here's the tidbit that I love that I hope everybody else caught. You're not just sitting behind a computer screen posting to social media. You're setting goals, and you have I love that you have big goals, and that you're that you're putting in the work to do those goals. It's not just your 3 to 5 posts that you do every day. And people need to understand that's part of it, and that's a very important, consistent part. But now you have these big goals, and I love that the work that you're putting in and into it. I mean, that's the power, and that's the leadership that comes in, and that's how you build a business.
Yeah, I personally think that what we have at the moment with social media is crazy. Like, as I said before I started, I didn't know what network marketing was, didn't have a clue. But what I saw was a Facebook account, a free opportunity, and people that want to earn money. So it's just three things that just go together. So, but what people need to understand is that working behind a laptop is only going to get you so far. So you couldn't work, you could get to Blue Diamond from sitting behind your laptop and recruiting every single day. I've seen it happen. But then you have to come out of that, and there's certain qualities that you're only going to learn at events or on training calls or connecting with other sidelines and things like that. So there's only so far that you'll get with it, but you can build a huge business through social media, and it's the quickest way. It is really the quickest way at the moment. So people have to utilize it. But also, if you look at it from a business perspective, what you have to understand as well is that Facebook are making this so easy for us. People say to me all the time, why do you not use Instagram as much, and Twitter and Snapchat? Business-wise, that would be a waste of time for me. Facebook have everything that I could possibly, and all of you guys can possibly use. Facebook Live is, to me, absolutely just something that can take everyone's business to the next level. You know, there's even something now where if you write a status, you can choose people to notify that might be interested in that status, and they get a notification to say, Perrie thinks you're interested in this. So they're just making it so easy. Hello.
Hey, how you doing?
Hi, Scott, how are you?
Good.
You just crashed my rhythm there. I was on a roll, now I'm lost.
We'll get that call again. We'll get that rhythm going again. And
sorry to disturb.
No, that's all right. No,
say hi.
I just wanted to say hi. I can't wait to see you in convention.
Oh, I'm so excited. Thank you so much.
She's going to be brilliant. This stuff she's
Well, you're
doing
already
right
brilliant,
now.
but you're going to be more brilliant in
convention.
convention.
The stage is going to be awesome.
Okay.
I love it.
We'll see you in October.
Take care. See you in Utah. Bye. So for me, it really simply is. So with Facebook, it's all these different functions. So the first thing is about the groups. Okay, so be able to have a big volume of people in one place where you could totally control the content. So for example, the distributor groups, the product groups, all of those, you can't do that on Instagram, can't do that on Snapchat. Second thing is, with Facebook, they've upped their game. So you have your bio, you have your featured photos, you have followers, you have all of that. And what they've done is made it into like a shop window. So someone goes on my Facebook, okay, on an iPhone, they see the cover photo, they see my profile picture, they see how many followers I've got, which automatically draws someone in. If I have a lot of followers, they think, who is this person? See my bio as well. So they've made it really kind of streamlined, whereas I feel with Snapchat, you just have nothing like that. And Instagram is good, but it's just photo based. There's no content. With Facebook, it's multifunctional. And then the messaging on Instagram, for example, you can't send a YouTube link on Instagram. It doesn't let you copy and paste. Facebook allows you to filter messages, it allows you to sort them, it allows you to send 1,000 friend requests per day. That's what I'm doing at the moment. I'm on such a recruitment drive, so I send 1,000 friend requests per day. At least 200 of those accept, and it allows you to message 200 people without being blocked. Instagram doesn't allow you to do that. It thinks that you're spamming, and Snapchat, you can't do that either. Facebook Live, I just think, has taken it to the next level. And now what they've even done with Facebook Live is when you've done a Facebook Live, you can now save it directly to your phone. So then what I do is I do a Facebook Live, and then I'll save the video and upload it onto some other groups as well to help out some other leaders. So there's all of these functions, and I just think if you're starting out with social media, let's say you're watching this and tomorrow is going to be the day that you decide to take the plunge, if you like, and do social media, just choose one platform and make sure it's Facebook. You don't need to have a functional Instagram and a functional Snapchat. I never get recruits from any of those other platforms really, and that's because I don't put the effort in, but I don't need to because my business is with Facebook, and you have to be organized with Facebook as well. And I feel like people spend too much time concentrating on other platforms, and then they get confused, and then they lose track, and they're wondering why they're not getting any recruits.
Perrie, thank you so much for this information. It's invaluable, like what you have taught us with getting started in social. I appreciate you taking the time for this so much. So thank you so much.
No worries, guys. Go and get those people started.
Good idea. Okay, thanks everyone. Bye.